This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Well, the Hart family Lawler feud saga will continue as we're heading towards Survivor Series. And Bret said in his book, the crux of this happens one night at a hotel bar with Vince and Pat, where they're up until like 3 a.m. And that this would eventually transition into a feud between Bret and Bruce Hart. And the match at Survivor Series between the Hart family and Lawler and his Knights is supposed to launch this Bruce versus Bret storyline. And Bret argued that it should be Owen, not Bruce, when Owen is the one who's not getting pushed. Looking back at it, obviously Bret was right, but was there real concern with the office about Owen's ability?
There was no concern about Owen's ability. And, I was in this bar discussion until the wee hours of the morning. And the discussion stemmed from an idea and a letter that Bruce had actually written, either Vince or Pat. And we were discussing it with Bret, thinking that, oh my God, this is a really good story, the family story. And, as I've discussed on here before, trying to pitch brother versus brother. Brothers don't fight, pal. I wish that my older brothers knew that. Because then maybe they wouldn't have kicked the shit out of me for all those years. But it was Bruce's idea. It was his germ of the idea to do this whole thing with the brothers. And in discussing it with Bret, Bret was like, man, he goes, I love the idea. I think Owen's better. I think Owen is the one. He's here. He's talented. He's younger. He's the baby brother. He's got more of a story. I think both, frankly, Bruce and Owen had a great story. Bruce from the older brother and Bret stealing the limelight and getting all the glory that should have been Bruce's. That's a great story too, but we had Owen. People knew who Owen was. So Bret's point was, selfishly, Bret wanted to work with Owen.
Right.
Owen, I think, was probably the best worker of the entire family. And Bret knew that. And Bret just felt that, man, Owen's the guy. Owen's the one you want to do it with. The whole baby brother thing. And I think, Vince may have called Bruce and said, hey, great idea. We're going to use you. But the spot going forward, I think we're going to do with Owen. And I think it was that was definitely the right decision. I could relate to it being the baby brother. I could definitely relate to all the things that Owen would despise about Bret as a baby brother, always being looked over.
Was Jerry Jarrett with the company at that point?
Who knows? He was probably running it at that point. He probably was in charge and running the whole thing because he's such a genius, and that's what he was brought in to do. I'm pretty sure he was running everything.
When you moved to Stamford, did you just become a bitter old fuck who's argumentative about everything? I'm just asking.
No, I was a bitter old fuck long before.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So Jerry Lawler comes under accusations regarding a second-degree rape case in Memphis right before.
Oh, then Jarrett was definitely still he was still consulting and shit at that point.
In my head, Jerry Jarrett would have loved the Bret Owen storyline.
I don't know that Jarrett was even involved that much and, even sitting in meetings at that point anymore, but I really don't know what Jerry Jarrett would have loved or not loved other than certain things.
Either way, it's a bad look for the company when Lawler gets himself in trouble. We know ultimately this case is going to go away. Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com. It's so fun to go back and look at this stuff. We should also remind you that the big kicked your leg out from under your leg deal is going to happen in January. This is November. That's at the Royal Rumble. So we're building to that. But in between times, we're going to see Bret and Owen start teaming more to build that family storyline. When did you guys know you had struck gold? Did you know right here at Survivor Series, or was it Royal Rumble, or perhaps WrestleMania when it's, a really featured match?
I think that, first of all, right here, the way that Owen portrayed it, but by the time that we got to the Royal Rumble, and there was such real heat with Owen that people were like, oh, come on, man, it's your brother. Royal Rumble was kind of the aha moment of, this has legs. Not even to the point of getting to SummerSlam, but it was like, holy shit, this has legs. This is Mania. And then we got into the whole, double Mania stuff that we got into at that point. But Owen's performance in November was so good that you kind of went, okay, man, yeah, we can get to the Rumble with this, and not really thinking much longer than that, because that was the original idea, was you get to a match. Boy, did it have legs, though. And the aha moment was probably at the Rumble more so, because that's where you felt the audience. The audience was invested in this.
It's really a remarkable story, and we've talked a lot about it. We're going to talk some more about it. If you want to hear more about it right now, check out our Owen Hart episode in the archives. Let's finish up our talk about 1993, though. I do want to ask, is it determined before the end of the year that the Rumble is going to be Bret and Lex winning together and Bret coming out as champion at WrestleMania 10? When did you know, hey, this is what we're doing?
Never. The reason that they came out together was because we didn't know who was going to come out at champion at WrestleMania. The jury was still out on Lex, and I think that
it kept your options open.
I'm sorry?
It kept your options open.
Well, it kept your options open, and it was an opportunity for Lex to either step up and be the guy. But more than anything, it was kind of like, look, we got to get Bret into this, but we've invested so much in Lex that maybe Bret beats them both, Lex and Yoko. There were just so many different ideas going around. Did we go to a match on TV or something with Lex versus Bret to get the opportunity at Yokozuna? And everything just kind of fell into place, the double matches and the winner facing Yoko.
Let's keep it going. Let's also talk about some Meltzer speculation. Owen, the Owen storyline was modeled after the Bruno Sammartino, Larry Zbyszko storyline. Do you think there's any comparison there?
No, not at all. I guess a stupid comparison.
Okay. Do you want to explain why?
It wasn't. This was based in family. This was based in family and jealousy. This wasn't based on, you trained me, Bret, now I'm going to turn my back on you. This was from day one as a child looking up to your older brother.
You don't have to get hot about it.
I do get hot about it. Because, yeah.
He made a comparison. He didn't make an accusation. You're hot at a comparison.
I hate him.
Fuck, this is exhausting. Oh, Bret,
are you tired, Conrad?
I'm tired of this show. I mean, it feels like you're just irritable and fussing. I mean, I heard what you did.
I'm not irritable and fussing.
Oh, you're irritable and fussing about everything.
I'm not fussing about nothing.
Great. Bret Hart ends 93 on New Year's Eve in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, in front of a packed house of 2,500 people. He's going to defeat IRS in the main event. It's probably the most 1993 thing possible. This is a weird year for Bret. He's the guy. He's not the guy. He's kind of the guy. Is this the year that maybe solidified Bret to Vince that, if nothing else, he's Mr. Reliable?
I think if nothing else, he's Mr. Steady and Reliable. Yeah. Always there. He's always going to deliver and do what you want. He's always going to be that guy, the guy that always delivers and gives you what you expect.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.